While Disney has announced that they will not be implementing the X-Men anytime soon, I just can't help being excited to see them done extremely well on the big screen. So, to show how hyped I am, let's find out how strong Hugh Jackman's Wolverine is. For a base feat, we'll use 190 pounds. Reason being, we've seen Wolverine toss guys around a lot, and since an average male weighs 190 pounds, we can clock it in and move on. Jumping into X-Men Origins Wolverine, I know, not a good one. During the escape scene, Wolverine cuts through this door and then kicks the bomb piece out. Now, since we don't see him make a cut at the bottom, I'm going to say he just kicked the piece free. Now, most metals used in security doors are A36 steel, and when that steel is less than 8 inches thick, it has a tensile strength of 36,000 psi, or 250 megapascals. Jumping into 2017's Logan, during the final fight with X-24, he lifts this big piece of metal and uses it to hold X-24 down for a little bit. Like it was said in the MCU Iron Man Strength video, most military vehicles are made of tungsten. So, now we can just scale the piece and we can get a weight. And we find that the piece weighs roughly 710 pounds. And now we come to a piece that took longer than I expected. Looking at 2013's Wolverine movie of the same name, in the final fight, Logan drags the Silver Samurai armor over to the edge and tosses it off. So, how much does the suit weigh? Well, by scaling Hugh Jackman, he is 74 inches tall, and the armor looks to be twice as tall, making it 178 inches tall. Also, the suit is made of adamantium. So, our first question to answer is, how much does adamantium weigh per cubic foot? Well, by scaling Hugh Jackman, I found that his skeleton should have a volume of 3,196.8 cubic inches, or 1.85 cubic feet. Now, before the adamantium was applied to Logan's bones, he weighed 195 pounds, and afterwards he weighed 300. Thus, the adamantium weighs 105 pounds. So, dividing 105 by 1.85, we get a weight of 56.75 pounds per cubic foot. Now, after measuring the Silver Samurai suit and adjusting for how hollow it may be to fit the person inside, we can find that the suit weighs roughly 1,434.186 pounds, which is actually a lot less than you would have thought. And going back to X-Men The Last Stand, we move to the training scene. Now, if we are to assume that what happens would actually hurt the X-Men and such, we'll assume that this feat counts as well. When Colossus tosses Logan at the Sentinel, he cuts the head off out of sight, and then the head lands in front of the other X-Men. Now, since we don't see the Sentinel fall forward and the head roll off, and since we don't hear it fall back or thud, we'll assume that Logan threw it or kicked it or tossed it or something in a way that he was still aboard. So, by scaling the Sentinel to Logan and assuming that they are made of tungsten, we can say that the head weighs roughly 32,796 pounds, and assuming it's 20% hollow to fit in all the wires, and mentioning the wires, that bumps up the weight to 32,930 pounds. Now, Logan did not only lift the head, but he threw it, like mentioned, which is something completely different. So, to be quick and end the video, this would have required 104.76 tons of force. And to put that in reference, that's like having 148 anvils, each weighing 221 pounds, drop from 5 feet above you, all at once. And with that, we're done. I just want to say that, for most of the movies, they kept Wolverine pretty much close to the strength levels in the comics. In the comics, Wolverine maxed out at tossing a 6,000-pound Dragon Man. That means that this Wolverine, if assuming that the training room scene counts as real life, that makes him over 5 times stronger than in the comics. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more. Also, comment down below for any ideas in the future. Anyway, it's time for a recharge.